Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's see here. Gonna check on my viewers. I'm seeing Beth, C-Dub32, Joanne, Maggie, and Melanie. Hi, welcome. If you guys haven't used Zoom before, you'll notice that there is a chat box down towards the bottom, and that's where you can type to say hi back to me and tell me where you are from, because we have 2 minutes till we get started. So I would love to know where you're calling in from. It's awesome that you guys are here early, so you're definitely, well, I was going to say you're towards the front of the line to get a personal reading tonight, but actually, I don't know. The angels are going to choose who gets the reading, not me. So Leticia from Virginia. Oh, you know what, guys? For some reason, all the chats are showing as all panelists, and you want them to show as everyone. So there, I see it as there's a little blue button down with a down arrow. Click that and change it to everyone instead of all panelists. I don't know why it does that, because you guys can't see each other's comments. Oh, Melanie said to everyone, and Leticia said to everyone. Perfect. Slave Lake AB, is that Alberta? Slave Lake, Alberta. Cool. Okay, AB is Alberta. I'm glad I got that right. Okay, we are going to start promptly, so I'm going to go ahead and start us in one minute when it is officially 7 p.m. Eastern time, or 5 p.m. in Denver where I am right now. But I get so used to talking in Eastern time because people seem to have more of an idea of what that is. Phoebe from San Francisco. Hey, Phoebe. Okay. Thanks for joining. Okay, Joanne, I see you just commented in the Q&A with where you're from. That can go in the chat box. The Q&A is kind of for an official question. Okay, so it is 5 p.m. Denver time, right on the dot. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if it's your first time viewing with me, my name is Delight Voss, and I'm in Denver, Colorado. I have a dog and a cat. Hopefully they're going to be nice and quiet during this time. And I am a spiritual medium, so I am here to connect with the angels to share with you more about money, because this was a big concern people were having. I asked in the Empath Oasis Facebook group, like, what are you struggling with the holidays? And that was the answer, was money, big time. So people feeling the money crunch during the holiday season that's coming up here really soon. So there was a lot of interest in how to connect with your angels and guides around money, to manifest more money, or let go of your blocks to money and things like that. So we're going to get started. I'm going to kind of alternate for the first 30 minutes or so. I'm going to alternate between the live viewers and between pre-submitted questions for people who couldn't view live. So I've got a list of questions. They're really good, so I'm excited for this. And then we're also going to do a live group meditation to send some Reiki and some healing and call on the angels to help us remove some of those blocks that are holding us back from really like manifesting all the money that we want and need. So if you're here, go ahead and type in the chat box and let me know where they're from. So I was saying that it automatically sets up people to chat to all panelists, and I want you to chat to everyone. I don't think you have to change it each time, because I know I don't. Hey, Amy from Ohio, welcome. Okay, so guys, if you see, okay, so here's the deal. If you're on live, I'm going to do a live reading first, and if you're on live and you want to talk to me, I can get you on video camera. So if you're up for being on camera and talking to me live, just so you know, I have like 200 people that signed up for this that will be watching either live or on the replay. that's okay with you, then raise your hands. Otherwise, we've got the pre-recorded questions too. So, okay, I see a couple people raising their hands. That's awesome. Thanks, guys, for volunteering. So let's do a little bit of a centering for just a minute or two first, and then so everybody take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we want to call on Archangel Ariel, who's the angel of manifesting, Archangel Gabriel to help me with my communication, and Archangel Haniel to help my clairvoyance, and Archangel Michael to protect the space, make it a safe space for the reading for everyone who's watching live and on the replay. And I'm just asking to get all of the, to clearly hear and understand the information and the messages that you want to share to the whole group through individual questions and through me. And we're all letting go of attachments to any outcomes, and we're ready to hear the messages. We're open and willing to hear the messages today. Okay, so let's start with Phoebe. I know Phoebe a little bit. I've talked to her a few times, and I saw she was the first one to raise her hand. So let's see. Oh, I feel like I should say before we get started, I am channeling messages from the angels here, right? So I am not perfect at this, guys. Like sometimes I'm like, why am I doing a money reading? Like, I'm not an expert either. So I'm partly doing this for myself, because when I do readings for other people, I always get information for myself too. So that's part of the reason why we're doing this. I just don't want you to think that like I am a money expert. And oh yeah, I should also mention I'm not like a financial advisor. I'm here just relaying messages from the angels, and it's not going to be specific advice. All right, so Phoebe, let's see if Phoebe can jump on with us. Okay. I don't see, there you are. Let me unmute you here. Hi, Phoebe.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So what can we do for you today? What's your question?
I'm not sure I'm going to phrase it the right way, so I hope you'll help me with that.
Oh, that's fine.
I know there's a good way to ask the angels, and there's not so good ways. So I've been exploring this whole concept of money for a number of years now, and I, got the clear message that to do the B-School and do online. I've been learning all sorts about online marketing and all that stuff, and turning within and finding my gifts and what wants to be shared. And I see that it's around performing, and yet a job showed up in sort of the old field that I used to be in, where teaching music, but it's a little bit different. So I guess my question has to do with is that where the money is coming from? Should I pursue the job? I've already sent in a resume and everything. I just still feel lots of confusion around which direction to go.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, you have an online business that you've been growing, but
Right.
It's not quite there to completely
Right.
support you. So that's why you're thinking about a job. So is it like a job for the school year? Is it at a school?
It's managing. So I used to teach music. I taught music for 25 years in public schools, and this is managing music teachers in public schools.
So it would kind of be for the school year, the job?
I believe so. I don't really know exactly how it works. I mean, I don't know what their timing is. I don't know much about the job.
Okay. All right. So let me just check in. Okay. So like what I'm getting about it is that it's really good that you're sending in your resume and you're like taking steps down that direction, and like keep going and see what happens with that, because by doing that, you're opening up to money coming to you from different sources. And it might happen that something at the same time something happens with your business, and by the time you're offered the job, maybe you want to turn it down because your business like pops, something
Gotcha.
kind of goes. But if not, like, you definitely want to take care of yourself and your money. And especially that's why I was asking if the job is kind of through the school year and you have a summer off like a teacher,
right?
That's great for your business, because we feel like everything has to happen right now. But like, even if you're pretty busy for the next 6 months with a job, you'll have more time in the summer and maybe reevaluate if you want to go back for next year.
Right.
So,
I get the feeling that, just following this, like even if I got the job, that my business would really pick up as well, like have the security of this regular income. So now I can move forward with what I want to do on the business, and then the money comes.
right. It feels like
Hesitancy with the money, and somehow it stops me from really just doing what I enjoy doing.
Yeah. It feels like taking some pressure off the business will be positive.
Yeah.
For it to grow and blossom kind of on its own.
That confirms what I'm feeling.
Perfect. Okay, well, keep us posted.
Okay.
On that. Thank you for the question. I feel like that's pertinent for me. So I think that's probably pertinent too. So thank you.
I can help you out.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to send you back to viewer. And now I'm going to go to a pre-submitted question. So a few people who knew, actually like 24 people who knew they couldn't be here live have submitted questions. So I'm going to go to, okay. See, I feel drawn to this one from Moira in Scotland. She says, my husband and I always seem to be unlucky with money. Any choice we make seems to fail, and we lose money easily. How can we give our family a more comfortable life? Okay, so that definitely feels like a money block. And it's interesting that you specifically mentioned you and your husband. So it's like there's a lot of energy there that's contributing to this. There's like past life stuff, and there's like subconscious blocks, and there's patterns and limiting beliefs and a bunch of things like that are going on that are creating this situation where sounds like you're maybe trying to invest in something and losing your money. So let's see. What I'm getting for you guys is saving. So I'm actually seeing, I asked the angels in my mind, like, what do they need to do? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I'll talk about some general stuff here in a minute, but for you guys, I'm getting saving. So saving like 5% or 10 if you can every month, just like really prioritizing saving your money. That's a really good energy for you guys, because it's showing the universe that you want the security. You're taking steps toward the security, and the comfort. You're more comfortable when you have savings to fall back on, right? So saving just a little bit every month. Oh, I should mention this to everybody. There is I don't know if Moira is in Scotland. I don't know if you'll have this, but if you're in the U.S., there's a service called Digit, DIGIT, that will you can hook it up to your bank account, and it will automatically save for you like a few times a month. Like sometimes for me, it takes out like 50 cents at a time, depending on how much is in my account and how much, like they try to gauge so that they don't take too much from your account, but you can always withdraw it and put it back in your regular account. But anyway, I saved up like $500 that way. And it didn't feel like I was saving at all. It was just automatically taking little bits here and there out of my account. So it's called Digit, D-I-G-I-T, and it's really cool. So that's a really cool way to save, and that's a really good energy to be in. So if you're like Moira, a lot of us are, we feel like we have a lot of money blocks and problems with like the same, like a pattern where the same thing kind of starts to happen again and again and again. There are so many tools that I can think of and that I know of that can help this. So let me just see. All right, so one thing is EFT or tapping. So that is a way that you can kind of release and clear away some of the emotions you feel around that pattern, the pattern of losing money easily. That's really frustrating, right? So EFT, I don't have time to go into the whole thing of EFT and tapping, but it's where you're tapping like this and you're saying things like, even though I lose my money so easily, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And the points are like around your face. And even though this has been happening for so long, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, so that's what tapping is. It's basically just like talking about what's going on, reiterating that you love and accept yourself. And what I suggest doing, because I feel like I was supposed to tell you to try tapping, but I wasn't supposed to get super into tapping right now because we only have an hour and we kind of want to keep it to money. But tapping is really helpful with clearing money blocks and patterns. So what I suggest doing is go to YouTube and Google tapping for abundance, tapping for money blocks, something like that inside of YouTube. And there's tons of tapping videos. Somebody's done a script for it and they'll kind of go along, tap the points, and you'll just repeat after them. So that's a great way to get started with tapping. And so tapping, so this is for everybody who has some kind of a pattern in their life where they keep kind of repeating the same thing over and over and over, and they feel like they're in like fucking Groundhog Day over and over and over again. So that's that tapping is one way that you can start to clear and forgive and remove that, to shift it and change it. Okay, so looks like we have a couple more hands up here. We have Melanie and Sophia. So guys, if you are interested in getting on camera, on live to talk to me, you can put your hand up and we will go to as many people as we can. All right, so Sophia, I think, was the next person. So I'm going to promote Sophia to panelist. Hi, Sophia. Okay, I unmuted you, so now I can hear you. I'm good.
Good.
So what's going on with you?
Well, it's just, money. I started my own business also. I'm an esthetician.
Oh, sorry, can you speak up a little bit?
I'll put it up to my closer to my face.
Go.
Okay. I started my own business. I'm an esthetician, so I work in skincare and beauty, and I was looking for a job just for like extra income, and it just didn't work out. Both of them. One of them, neither one just worked out. So I'm just trying to figure out how to be more successful, or like a steady income, without being like, I got the second job because I was scared of things just not going correctly. So
okay, so you did get another job or you didn't get another job?
I did, and it just didn't work out.
Oh, you got the job and it didn't work out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let me check and see. Okay, how long have you been in business?
Oh, I want to say like April or May.
Okay, how's your online game? How's your online presence?
It's iffy. I'm trying to bump it up, but I have my doubts. I don't know. I just think it's like sometimes I'm like, maybe I just need a better camera or something, or sometimes I'm like, just use what you have. And then sometimes I'm like, you need a better camera, but I don't.
Okay, so sounds like, all right, so several things coming through now. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, the first thing I saw was you posting on Yelp or something similar.
Oh,
Are you on Yelp?
no.
Okay, so look into that. So make
Mhm.
sure that's how I got my first client ever, was on Yelp. Which city are you in?
Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay. So I don't know if they're big Yelpers there, but that's what I'm seeing, or something like it. Like, make sure you're on Google Business and Yelp and you have just a page up. And then with the camera thing, I think your instinct to use what you have right now and do the best you can with what you have, that's good. The part that's coming up that's saying like, oh, it's the camera's not good enough or the picture's not good enough, that's kind of your resistance. That's perfectionism trying to come in and like stop you. It's like your ego, because you're afraid of success,
Right.
or you're afraid of being visible, or having, obviously the camera issue probably is about being visible, literally, because it's scary. And that might be why you don't have a Yelp yet, or you don't have a lot of online presence so people can find you and know where you are. And it's scary, especially as a woman, especially right now. And it's really scary to put yourself out there like that. But that's what I'm getting for you to work on, is your visibility, getting your services posted on as many websites as possible, and finding out, like, where are people hearing about you? Is it from referrals, or is it are a lot of people online? And
Instagram, and then also Groupon. I've gotten most of my clients from Groupon.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to get started too. So the last thing I get for you there is to make sure you're asking for referrals too.
Okay.
Like talking to your, and if possible, getting your clients' emails and asking them if they would want like an email newsletter from you.
Yeah.
Keep in touch, and then you can like send out, $10 off, or, some little thing to kind of remind them that you're there. And so they remember you to come back in.
Right.
And get them to follow you on Instagram and all that stuff. So that's the thing, with Groupon, you're getting paid like half or a quarter of your normal fee. So you really want to try to keep that connection with that person, to try to turn that into potentially a full paying client down the road, or a referral, or a follower online, or something like that. So hopefully that helps. And I'm getting one last thing too, for other people who can relate to this about the visibility thing in a business. Archangel Gabriel is really good to call on for that, because she is the angel of communication. So she can help you to let go of your fear around that, and help you to create, like a posting online, or whatever, however you're getting your info out there. She's good to help you with your marketing, to say the right words to appeal to the people that you want to serve. So she's good to call on.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to, all right, so I've got another question from the pre-recorded folks. Okay, so I'm going to check in with the angels. Whose question do I want to... Okay, so there are several variations on a similar question here. That I want to touch on. And that is, I like the way Denise from Ohio sums this up. She says, what can I do to bring more cash flow in my direction? I like how she says that, but there's a lot of variations on this theme that I'm seeing from the submitted questions here. People are asking, basically, how can I make more money? Or how can I allow more money to come into my experience? Kind of however you want to word it. So there's a lot of ways to do it. And another thing I'm going to recommend on YouTube, I guess YouTube is the place to go for money advice, and this is free. So that's why I'm saying this too. I really am I'm a big fan of Abraham Hicks. So you can look that up on YouTube to watch some of their videos. So Abraham Hicks talks a lot about money and how to allow money to flow into your experience. And I've really noticed this is true for me. If you're worrying about the money, that is really going to put an energetic block on the money coming to you. And it's really interesting because I can see this for myself in my business, because I have an Etsy shop and I'll get notifications throughout the day of people buying. I do crochet and I have crochet patterns there. So if you didn't know that about me, I have 2 businesses actually. And like sometimes when I'm feeling like I'm really worrying about money, I won't hear any notifications for a day or 2, and I don't have any sales. And then I'll kind of refocus myself and I'll start to just feel, and so here's the trick about this that I really love that Abraham Hicks talks about a lot is you don't have to, you just want to feel as good as possible, as much as possible. And you don't have to necessarily feel really good about money all the time. Like if you're not feeling good about money, you can do your best to feel good about money and then take your attention off of it and think about something else. So like, when I do that, it's so funny. I'll be like just thinking about my dog or something, or I'll be thinking about my nieces that I get to see for Thanksgiving. And then I'll look at my phone and I'll have a notification that I just sold a pattern online. Same thing happened to me when I went hiking this summer. And I had my angel course for sale and no one had bought yet. And I was feeling a little stressed and I was like, oh, why isn't anyone buying this? I don't know, I'm just going to go for a hike and kind of get away from this. And I was listening to Abraham Hicks audiobook and I was just feeling really, really good. And I got home and checked and someone had finally bought the course. So that is what I would say to, okay, so 2 things. Number 1 is just be happy now, even if your money situation sucks, even if you're broke, you don't know how you're going to pay your rent next month. You don't know what's going to happen next. Just dare to be as happy as you can and trust the universe that it's going to work out. And if you find yourself worrying, you can call on Archangel Michael to help you refocus and not to worry, because worrying is like the worst thing you can do. Sometimes it feels like all you can do. So if you get really, really stressed, it's okay to like take a nap, go for a walk, distract yourself, like just distract yourself. Like treat your mind like a little kid, like a little toddler. If they start to do something wrong, a lot of times you just want to redirect them or distract them so that you don't always have to yell at them and go, no, 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 don't do that. It's like, or like with my roommate's puppy, she starts chewing something she shouldn't. We grab another toy and give it to her to chew and then sneak away at the shoe or whatever it was she was chewing. So that's what you want to do to your mind if you start to worry about money. You want to get yourself off of that topic as quickly as possible. And then you do want to be picturing what you want instead. So, this was another thing that came up that actually last week, as you guys know, I was kind of sick last week, so I wasn't able to do this, but I just almost forgot I was going to talk about this. There's a thing that Abraham Hicks talks about called pivoting that I've been doing a lot lately, and it works really well too, which is kind of the same idea as like distracting yourself when you start to worry. So you start to feel fear about money, you start to feel anxiety, you start to feel bad. That's a clue that you are thinking negatively and you're not helping yourself to attract money. So what you want to do is you want to stop and go, oh, I'm feeling worried about money. So what do I want? And then pivot your thoughts and your focus to what you want instead, like your money goal for the month, or that job you're applying for, or this new product you're selling in your business, or new clients walking in the door, like whatever the goal is. And it should be a goal that you feel good about and you feel excited about and you feel positive about. So that's the thing about money goals too, is sometimes it can be so overwhelming that they don't feel good. Like if you make a huge goal to make $100,000 in the next month or something, like that might just be overwhelming and not feel very good. So that's not going to be a good goal for you. You want to make something that feels really good, because that's the point, is to feel as good as possible. And that's a way that you can just allow energetically things to flow and things to move towards you. And you'll free yourself up for opportunities. And, you might realize there's something right in front of your face that you weren't taking advantage of when you are feeling good and you're freeing the space in your mind. Because, okay, I feel like I'm talking about this for a while, but I'm just going to keep going because I keep feeling like, so when you are stressed out and worried, you are not in your you are not in your best thinking. So it's very, very hard to find a solution to the problem if you're in the stress and worried phase. So this is another practical reason why pivoting out of the stress and the worry, distracting yourself for a while, and then coming back or going to sleep and waking up in the morning and trying again to think about, okay, so what are my options to make the money for my rent this month? What can I do? You might, if you're doing something positive and you're in a good frame of mind, you might suddenly have an idea. This actually happened to me too. Like, I was looking at my money for the end of this year and I was like, how is everything going to work? I'm not sure. And then I suddenly realized my crochet business, it gets so busy this time of year because everyone likes to crochet Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And I had kind of I hadn't done that much with it over the summer, and I had kind of thought of it as a hobby. And then I went and actually looked at my crochet business, and I have this email list with over 1,000 people. I have this YouTube channel with like 20,000 views. Like I did stuff with that business. It's an asset. It's really not just a little hobby. So then I started to apply some of the online business stuff I know about and to that to grow it, and that's been working out, and it's really fun. So I'm really grateful to the angels. Just want to give them a little shout out. I'm grateful to the angels for showing me that, and that came because I was feeling good. I was actually going for a walk in the park with my dog on a beautiful day, and all of a sudden I was like, ah! I'm totally overlooking my crochet business and that asset that I have. So that's why it's important to let yourself feel good as much as possible. Okay, so I think I'm done talking about that one. All right, so guys, let me know in the chat if that makes sense to you. And let me know if you've heard of Abraham Hicks before, because that is kind of my go-to inspiration. And there's so many YouTube videos. It's so great to watch them on YouTube. So let's do one more live person here. Phoebe says she loves Abraham. That's awesome. Yes. So if you already know Abraham and you love them, keep listening. Okay, so Missy, are you ready? I'm going to promote you to panelist. Let's see. Hey, Missy.
Can you see me?
Oh, I can see you now.
Okay.
And I can hear you. Are you driving?
I am. I'm going to pull over.
Okay, good. I was like, we can wait. We could come back to you.
No, I'm going to pull over. I just so happen to be right in front of my job, so I'm going to pull over in front of my job.
Okay, that works out.
Okay. So my question is, when it comes to income flow, like I feel like my husband and I, we do really well as far as bringing the money in. But I feel like we have to work extremely hard to maintain the flow of money. And once we get it, we have a hard time keeping it. Things just show out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, all this hard work just kind of disappears.
Like unexpected bills kind of thing.
Yeah.
That come in.
Hires, sick babies. Or having to help out a family member.
Okay. So one thing with that is I'm getting for you about the savings thing that I said already. Do you guys save?
We do.
Okay.
We do. It's one of those things where like when we feel like we're comfortable, just something out of the blue happens and there goes our savings. So it's like we're working, and we finally get to a comfort zone, and it's like we're only there for like for a day or two before something comes up.
That's so interesting. Okay, so savings is good. I feel like maybe there's more to do with the savings. Like maybe you can save a little bit more, like 1 or 2% more every month, and maybe there needs to be another account that's not very easy to access for the savings, just energy wise, to like kind of give you this, like that's, I was talking earlier how I saved $500 just kind of without doing anything, because that to me, I actually didn't know how to withdraw that money. It turned out to be easy enough. I did it, but I didn't really know how to withdraw it, you know, and it was like, it wasn't going to my normal bank account website. It was a different website. So putting that like one extra step in there between to guard it a little bit more, if that makes sense, then it's like not so easy to just go, oh, well, this happened. So, so maybe like kind of like a second savings with that's a little bit more like guarded and sacred and like serious emergency only. And then the one thing that came up too was boundaries, because I think when you said helping out a family member, so and it's not that that's a bad thing. It's just, you know, making sure that you're taking care of yourselves first, and then if you have enough to help someone else, you can do that too, you know, but making sure that you're not helping someone else at almost like at a risk to yourself, to make yourself and your own family like too uncomfortable. So that, I mean, that's like a really tough place to be in, but I think that's something that's really good to call on Archangel Michael for. It's for strong boundaries. And it feels like it doesn't really make sense probably, but if you're talking about, you know, an emergency, like a kid getting sick or like a car breaking down, it feels like it's about boundaries, like an energy boundary thing, like almost like there's a leak in the boundary. So calling on Archangel Michael to improve your energy boundaries and also improving like your self-care, because having a savings account is a form of self-care where you have this kind of comfort to fall back on and security. So, so like giving yourself security as much as you can in your life and like really taking care of yourself and having that boundary, show like reminding like working on your own self-esteem, reminding yourself that you're worth it and you deserve it. Because I personally haven't experienced, I don't have that feeling as much, but when I hear other people talk about that, like kind of like the money comes in and they feel like there's plenty of money coming in, but then it just goes. It seems to be, sometimes it's a block of like deep down, not feeling like you deserve it or not feeling like it's safe to have money or to have savings for some reason. So those are just some ideas. I'm not saying for sure that that's the case for you, but it might be for someone who's watching. But so those are some things to kind of like play around with and see if that's the case. It's like some journaling can help with that, some tapping like I was mentioning earlier, things like that, and just asking Archangel Michael to help you. Like you can almost picture like when you start your savings account, you know, if you have a couple of them or whatever, you can picture Archangel Michael there with his little purple light. Like I picture your savings account like surrounded by this little purple bubble so that it's safe and it has this boundary, and it's like, you know, this is for my financial security, you know, this is for my comfort and my peace of mind, or, you know, whatever the intention is with it. And then I feel like that'll help to, which is maybe sounds strange, but I feel like that actually helps with like emergencies.
Boundary, because I'm the go-to person for friends. I'm the go-to person for family. I could definitely see where boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing that I personally, you know, for me personally, I think that's been a block for me because I didn't want to get to that point where people would ask me for money. So I've never had enough money for people to go, oh, Delay will have money, let me go ask her for a loan, you know? It's like, so that actually kind of blocks me to get there before I even start. So that is a tricky one for sure. So yeah, Archangel Michael can help you with that, to like maybe learn to say no more often, or learn to say, I can only help you with $50 right now, or whatever it is. So you're not like completely like draining your own. Or maybe it's also to ask some people, if you loan money to friends and family, maybe some of them have promised to pay you back and they haven't. And maybe that's something to follow up on, just energetically, to just not start a fight or anything like that, but to just like let the universe know that you're open to receive it, and like maybe somebody can pay you back. Like, who knows? Or maybe not, and then you can just drop it and move on with your life. But that might also be something to try to ask at least once.
Okay. Thank you.
Hopefully that's helpful.
It is.
And
Thank
have a safe drive home.
you. Thanks. How do I get off?
Oh, Michelle just said that she follows Abraham Hicks on Pinterest. Oh, cool. I want to follow them on Pinterest. Sophia says, this is way better than FB Live. Oh, yeah, I know, right, Sophia? It's like, it's so cool the way that this can chat. This is called Zoom, and I really like using Zoom. I use it for one-on-one with clients, and it's really great. So there's there's a couple things I wanted to tell you guys about. If this is resonating for you and you kind of want to take this further and you want to continue this journey, and then we'll do a group meditation to call in the angels, to work on those boundaries, to work on those energy blocks, to kind of clear away some of that glich stuff that's blocking us from making smart decisions and from holding on to our savings and all that kind of stuff. So first I want to tell you, there's two options. If you would like to talk to me more about this or anything else that's going on in your life, there's two options. So number one is you can do a private reading with me. Like I said, I do them over Zoom, so it's a lot like this. So now if you have Zoom, you can easily connect with me. And that's just to connect with your angels and guides, see if there's more personal information for you around this. And it's also another thing we can do is we can do Reiki to clear away some of those energy blocks and heal up some of those boundaries if you feel like you're like Missy who's leaking money out. So the price for that is $100 for 30 minutes or $200 for an hour. So those are my rates for one-on-one stuff. Number two, so that's one option to work with me more, is to work with me one-on-one. And option number two is to join the Confident Empath community. And our theme for this month inside the Confident Empath community is about money. So we're going to be continuing this. And so what the Confident Empath community is we meet just like this on Zoom. We meet 3 times a month. 2 times are just like this with a question and answer. People pre-submit questions if they can't make it live, or they jump on camera and talk to me for a few minutes if they are on live. And we do that twice a month, and you can talk about anything you want. My theme is money, but if people come on and they have a question about something else, we can totally talk about that too. And then the other thing we're doing is once a month we do a workshop where I really sit down and teach something. So for example, I started to talk about tapping here, and tapping might be a good workshop, like a thing to go over in more detail, like how to tap on money. I think I'm going to write that down. That's probably what I'm going to talk about in this month's workshop. So tapping on money. So then I have a little bit more time devoted to teaching you something, and it's interactive. You're on live with me just like this. So that is the Confident Empath community. There's also a lot of other little perks. There's a Facebook group for people to connect and support each other. And it's for people who are empaths, who are sensitive, who are on this path, and who are looking to like really tap into their gifts and let their gifts blossom and use those gifts to manifest the life that they want, which is awesome. And a lot of us aren't doing that, right? Like we have these empath gifts and these spiritual gifts, but we are manifesting being broke instead of manifesting an amazing life. So that is the goal with the Confident Empath community. So the price for that is $44 per month. So it's a monthly thing. It's an ongoing community, and you can cancel any times. You can join for a month to get some more insights on this money stuff, or you can join for as long as it's open. So that's your option. So that one is a lot cheaper than working with me one-on-one, but you do get a lot of personal attention from me. You get the whole community, and you get all of that. So it's $44 a month. And I wanted to mention this to you. So this is a little bit of a teaching moment too, because I was picturing, like, so many people have been saying to me, I can't afford anything. Like, I don't have any money. And, that's hard when I'm offering things to people for them to potentially purchase. And I know so many of you guys out there don't have a lot of money, and I totally get that. That's totally fine. And if that's how you're feeling right now, don't stress yourself out to do this. However, here is an interesting way to think about. So I want to challenge you, hearing about the Confident Empath community. If you're feeling interested in it, but immediately your mind's going, I can't afford it. I don't have $44. I can't afford it. And if even if I did this month, what about next month? I can't afford it. Okay, so if that's happening, just take a breath. And instead of asking yourself, can I afford it? Ask yourself, am I willing? Because you can afford it. Even people who have no money, like you can find a way. You can go rake your neighbor's leaves. Like I'm sure there are situations where you couldn't find a way, but most of us can find a way to get $44. We can get our hands on $44 in some way, shape, or form. So the question is more, am I willing to spend the money on this right now? Am I willing to spend $44 to continue connecting with me and the other people in Confident Empath community and continue this journey with releasing money blocks and moving towards using your spiritual goal, your spiritual gifts and your intuition to bring yourself abundance and the life that you really want? So are you willing to do that? That's the question to ask yourself. And if the answer is no, okay. Michelle says CEC is awesome, supportive group, been learning so much. Yay, Michelle, thanks for the little plug there. So CEC, that's what we call Confident Empath Community. See, because Confident Empath Community, blah, 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 is like a long thing to say. So it's CEC. So one more thing I wanted to say about that. Oh, okay. The last thing I want to say about that before we go ahead and do our meditation right now is that I'm actually going to offer a bonus to people who sign up. I'm going to have the CEC, Confident Empath Community. It's going to be open until Thursday. We're going to be doing another call just like this on Thursday night, but it's going to be a lot smaller because CEC is a lot smaller than this. So you'll have a chance to get more. If you wanted to ask a personal question, you didn't get a chance tonight, that is a great opportunity because the group is small and you will definitely get one-on-one time. And if you join before Thursday night, I am offering a bonus 30-minute one-on-one reading with me because I really want to get to know more people in the Confident Empath community as we're growing it. And so I want to spend time one-on-one with people in the community as we're starting because you guys are really the founding members right now. So that is a $100 bonus that I'm offering through Thursday. If you join by Thursday, before we get started, it'll be this same time on Thursday night. So you have to join before then to get the $100 bonus of a free 30-minute reading with me one-on-one. So that is the deal with the Confident Empath community. I would love to have you join. Look, you'll get a couple more emails about it before Thursday, and you can take a look and really check in with your angels and guides and ask yourself that question, am I willing to spend $44 on that this month? And then next month, ask the same question. And like I said, you can cancel anytime. So don't feel like you have to be obligated, but it's there for you ongoing as long as you want. So let's do a little guided meditation. And I like to do these too in the Confident Empath community. Okay, so it looks like we have about 15 minutes left here. So we'll see how long I don't know what's going to happen in this meditation. We'll see how long this goes. And I might have time to answer one more question at the end here. Okay. All right, so let's take a couple deep breaths. So just for this next few moments while we do this meditation, just think about your money situation and the different concerns you have, maybe even worries, maybe even struggles or frustrations. And picture putting them all into a box and closing the box and setting the box to the side right now. Because you don't need them right now. You're just going to let them all go. You're going to let go of the story and the patterns and the blocks and the struggles. You're going to set it all to the side just for now. You can pick it all back up when we're done, but you don't have to. You could just leave it. So picturing just setting aside all those blocks, all those things, all that voice that's saying, I can't afford anything. I can't afford what I want. I can't afford it. Let that go. Let that go sit to the side. If you have a business, and I'm getting to say this because in my business, I have a cranky customer named Dolores. And I always hear this voice, this doubting voice in my head when I have a new offering or something that I'm putting out there. And this Dolores character is saying things like, oh, nobody's going to buy that. Nobody likes that. Nobody will pay for that, that kind of thing. Or you're charging too much for that when I'm not. If you have a voice like that, if you have a Dolores in your mind, just ask her also to move to the side, take a seat. She's on the bench during this game. And then let's do a little clearing and grounding. So picture a grounding cord that's going from the base of your spine to root chakra into the ground, deep into the earth. And then picture just letting go of any energies inside your body and around your body that you don't need, and letting it all go down this grounding cord deep into the earth for transmutation. Just letting it all float down into the earth and far away from you, anything that you're ready to let go of. And you're doing this because this type of energy can be really confusing, and you don't want to be confused right now. Clarity is what's going to help you to get through any tough spots with money. So just letting go of any dark, heavy, negative, low vibe energies that you don't need anymore. That could be yours, they could be someone else's. Just taking some breaths and letting them all go. And then once you feel complete, you can picture that grounding cord disconnecting from you and just going down deep into the ground. And then we're going to call on Archangel Michael to come to you and help strengthen your boundaries. Archangel, there's too many. Archangel Ariel to come to you to help with manifesting. Archangel Haniel to come to you to help with your intuition and clairvoyant abilities, to help you think clearly and see the opportunities that are in front of you. And Archangel Gabriel to help you with communication. So we're going to picture all of those. So Archangel Michael is purple, Ariel is pink, Gabriel is orange, and Haniel is pale blue. So you can picture any of those colors or all of those colors coming in through your crown chakra at the top of your head. And this colors and light are coming into your body and going all the way down to your toes, filling you up to your knees, to your hips, to your torso, spilling out over the top of your shoulders to your hands, up to your elbows, and up to your base of your neck and your skull, filling in your head, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your forehead. And then it's going to bubble out over top of your head and into your aura, which is your personal energy bubble. So picture that light filling up your aura until you're just completely full of light. There's no more room for anything negative, any worries or fears. And there is a very strong boundary between what's you and what's not you. And that boundary is very strong for you as far as making decisions, being able to say no, being able to say yes to things that are, even if they're scary, that are going to move you forward on your path. So now that you have a really strong boundary and you're feeling really good and clear and full of angel light, I want to do one more visualization. So now picture yourself walking over and standing on the side of a stream. And the stream can look any way you want. It can be a little creek, it can be just a tiny little stream, it could even be a river. But you're standing next to a river, and when you look across the river, you can see Archangel Ariel standing on the other side, and she's the one with light pink. So you'll see her maybe as an angel with wings and a light pink halo, or maybe I see her as having like pink light all around her. And she waves at you and smiles, and she is the angel of manifesting. So she wants to help you to manifest what you want on the physical plane. So think about it. What is it that you want right now? Even if it seems impossible, remember you set that to the side. So nothing is impossible right now because you're just in a visualization. You're just talking to Archangel Ariel. So you're really free to ask for anything that you want. And as you're thinking about this, like, what do I really want right now? Like today or in the next week or in the next month? What am I really wanting? What is my goal as far as money? Is it savings? Is it making more money? Is it a business? Is it a new job? Is it to be able to buy holiday gifts? What is it? So as you're thinking about this and you're deciding what your goal is, you look down and you see coming down the stream is a little tiny pink boat. And it's like a little tiny canoe. And inside the canoe, well, it could be a motorboat too. It could be any kind of boat that you envision. But this little boat is floating down towards you, and it actually stops right in front of you on the shore. And you look down again, and you see in the back of the boat is a little scrap of paper and a little tiny golf pencil. So you reach down, pick up the paper and the pencil, and on that paper you write down a number or a goal. It could be a number of how much money you want to make by the end of the month. It could be how much money you want to make this week. It could be, it doesn't have to be a number. It could just be a feeling. Maybe you just want to feel peaceful about your money. Maybe you just want to let go of fear. Or maybe there's a bill that you need to pay. Whatever it is, the first thing that came to your mind when we started talking about your goal. So just write it down on this piece of paper, because you're going to give this away. You're going to surrender this to Archangel Ariel and the other angels. So it can be anything. And if you feel yourself thinking, oh, this is impossible, I don't know how this could ever happen, remember, you get to let that go right now. So you're writing your goal down on the little piece of paper. You're folding it up, putting it back into the little boat, and then you're very gently pushing the boat away so that it continues to just float down the river, and it's going to float. That's you letting go of your goal. You're letting go of your attachment to your goal and any negative energy around that goal. You're just completely surrendering it and letting it go to the angels, to Archangel Ariel and all the other angels and guides and the whole universe. And you're letting them know what you want, and then you're surrendering it to them and allowing it to come to you. So just take a couple more deep breaths here. And now setting an intention for you to be as happy as you can while you wait for that goal to manifest in your life. So whatever time frame you had for that goal, now your assignment from Archangel Ariel is to set a goal for yourself to just be as happy as you possibly can during that time frame. So if you made an income goal for November, then for the rest of November, your challenge is to be as happy as you can be every day by thinking happy thoughts and doing things you enjoy within your means. So take another couple deep breaths here. Just picturing Archangel Ariel being with you, and you can call to her on your own anytime to connect with you and help you to manifest your goals and your dreams. Okay, so when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes, come back to center. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty relaxed. So let me know in the chat box, how was that for you guys? What did you see? Did you see the angels? Phoebe says, great. Did you see the angels? What color was the light that came to you? And were you able to picture the little boat and the stream? I've never done that before. I actually got inspired to do that meditation when I was walking in the park as well. So I'm telling you guys, walking in the park is the best for inspiration and for money. Owner says, that was very helpful. Owner, what's your name? I don't know how that, you love the little boat. Oh, cool, Phoebe. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I'm going to put the link to CEC in here. So this is the Confident Empath community that I was talking about. Oh, it's not, what? How weird. It's not letting me. There we go. So there's a link to the Confident Empath community that I was talking about earlier. And again, I'm challenging you to ask yourself, am I willing to spend $44 to join the Confident Empath community and connect with your angels and guides, connect with Archangel Ariel, see if it's a good option for you. Michelle says that she pictured a little kayak for some reason. That's cool, because I saw it as like a little tugboat, kind of, or like a little toy motorboat. And then I saw it as like a canoe. And then I said canoe, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't have to be a canoe. You can totally picture any type of boat, you know, whatever it looks like. Mariette says, I saw AA Ariel floating on the other side. Just beautiful. Oh, that's so great. Melanie says, we saw the pink light and the lights of other archangels when you mentioned the colors. It was awesome and peaceful. Thank you. Oh, great. I'm so happy to hear that. So it's awesome to meditate with the angels, guys, and you can really do this we do this a lot on the Confident Empath community as well. I share a lot of these meditations with people there because I've really found it to be helpful and peaceful, and I feel like shivers still. I'm like, I don't think I'm cold. I just feel like they're working, which is great. Letitia says, I saw a little pink paper boat. Oh, that's cool. Did it have a golf pencil in the back, or did you just write on the boat, write your goal? So guys, I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to wrap it up right on time. I'm keeping my boundary in place, which is awesome for me because that's not always the case for me. Boundaries, as most of us empaths, boundaries have been a struggle for me at times. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right on time. And thank you so much for being here. You're welcome, Michelle. And to all the replay viewers, same thing. You have the option to join Confident Empath community and get that free 30-minute one-on-one session with me. And Michelle, who's here, is in it. And Michelle, you still haven't scheduled your reading with me. So you can do that within a couple of months, you know, whatever works. Michelle says she's working on it. Awesome. Yeah, so think about that. Ask your angels and guides if that's the best option for you. And check it out, delightboss.com/CEC. We'll be doing another session like this on Thursday night if you join the Confident Empath community. So have a great night, and I will see you soon.